out on the court to make sure some Morgana, the kissing bandit, doesn't come out there or something.
I miss more. I saw a replay of Morgana the other day.
She's from Louisville. I saw
it was exactly. It was a simpler time when women could just run out on the field and kiss athletes. It was okay.
That was the best job in sports. There, to be an athlete, I guess.
Or being Morgana. I mean, I don't know. You never know. Yeah, interesting stuff. I think we should table this discussion and think about it, and maybe that would be a cast-off. Best jobs in sports.
Why don't we put out a poll? If y'all will filibuster a bit, I'll put out a poll as what the best job in sports, and I'll put out a few
I think we can filibuster for a little bit. I know the replay, NFL's bad, NBA's bad. Can't go for that. I don't like baseballs, to be real honest.
I'm not a big fan.
Soccer seems to be working. I know we're kind of reiterating what we've already said, but the soccer replay seems to work. Canadian Football League, if you ever watch it, it works. And they replay everything. Every single thing. And they just don't know. You don't mention it unless you like, hey, stop the play. Do you like college football replay better or NFL replay?
What do they do? Well, college, what they do now, every score is...
Yeah. See, they do kind of a CFL model. They're reviewing it all, and then they may buzz in and say, hey.
Because I don't feel like watching college football, you hear of as many interruptions.
Every score is under review, etc. But college football's lasting 4 hours now.
Oh, yeah.
That game's neat. Baseball, I get so tired of baseball. This is so long. Don't watch it then. Don't watch baseball. If you don't like baseball, don't watch. I like a 5-hour baseball game. Give me 8 hours of baseball. I like baseball. College football, I like it. So I'm okay if it goes 4 hours. But college football is as long as baseball.
Especially when you get to postseason with bowl games. Those bowl game halftimes are miserable.
They last forever.
We get back to the point of, and by the way, out on Twitter right now, at KY Sportscast. Please go follow us if you don't. On Twitter right now, our first poll of the day, what's the best job in sports? Bullpen catcher, iPad holder for replay, Charlie Whitehurst, or other.
Please vote in the poll. Hey, we had some great polls out the other night, and I say that because I put them out. So I guess I'm patting myself on the back.
Your own horn.
But I was shocked by this. We have over here, I know it's radio, podcast, so you can't see. But we have a table over here. Hibachi Brody's out in the crowd. And we have 7 people at the table. I want to know out of these 7 people, which includes ages 8. Elena, are you 8? 8 all the way up to early...
Don't do it.
30s. Okay, early 30s, let's say. How many of you know what the McGuffey Reader is?
We got some people in the back.
McGuffey Reader?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone.
The majority of the people here, except LJ Ghost, know the McGuffey Reader.
I voted
How many of you? I'm not trying to date your age or anything. How many of you have read them? Like you have them, you know them, McGuffey Readers, but you know what they are. We had a guy on last week, Kevin McGuffey, who's related to the McGuffey Reader people.
Yeah, he's actually a descendant, and I think his biggest mistake, by the way, not kicking back and just living off the royalties.
Should have cashed in on the royalties of the McGuffey Reader. But here's why I bring this up. In our poll, which was pretty well voted on, right?
Yeah, it was.
Almost 67% said no, they've never heard of it. So most people are in the LJ Go Sox category. They've never heard of the McGuffey Reader.
So the McGuffey Reader from Dina she's the one who'd read it. It's basically the primer for what kids used to learn from in school, correct? C-spot run.
That's how you learn to read, right? Interesting. And we have next to her Jennifer Garner. Not the actress, but she could be. But she's actually a librarian at Irvington Elementary. So
we
she's
should have known
probably,
she would have.
Yeah, very familiar. Both the dailies, matter of fact, the entire table in the back, except my brother Brandon, knew what the McGuffey Reader was.
He is sporting a lovely shirt back there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the rest, if it were like trivia night, pub night, trivia night, then the table in the back would have to carry Brandon, obviously. He's not helping them in the trivia. The other 4 would know what's going on. So
he's eating, man. Let him eat.
Oh, is that right?
Food night.
You all are very kind. They said he's the smartest member. I've known him all his life and mine. I know better. So
I think I need a McGuffey Reader sometimes. The C-spot run, sometimes it's a little tough.
It's difficult. You've taught English for a long time. You should get some of those.
I learned it.
Let's go on to some bits. Let's get some things going.
Okay, so we don't have imaging for a lot of these, but we did open up a can already. I want to talk about the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest. I've written 2 or 3 posts about it on the show. Open up a can on or for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. 4th of July, Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Coach Hurt.
Well, I think first, because our lovely audience is getting more and more festive all the time, we've got to ask this question. By show of hands, how many of you watched or have watched in the past the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest? Anybody?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Brenda's got 2 hands up.
Yeah. Mari says disgusting. How many of you enjoy watching the hot? Do you think it's pretty cool? No.
I love it.
How many of you find it disgusting?
A lot of them are opening up a can on.
Double. Okay. So I'm gonna go opposite most of our people. I think it's fascinating and hilarious. I'm gonna open up a can for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, and I got to tell you, I think Joey Chestnut's probably one of the great athletes of our era.
You already got me, man. That's what I was going to ask now.
This is like a Francis the Kicking Mule moment, right?
Yeah, but that's okay.
I stepped on your take. I'm sorry.
No, he is a great athlete. Come on. First of all, look, I like to eat. I think anyone can tell I like to eat. I grew up that way. Yeah. I think I came out of the womb that way.
Yeah.
But you think you could eat 7 or 8 hot dogs in the matter of a couple of minutes, but you probably can't, right? If they put up 5 hot dogs in front of me now, it would take me longer than most people probably think to eat those. Dude ate 74 or 5. They had the count wrong this year, by the way.
Yeah, there was a scandal. It was a scandal.
Yeah. But he wiped up.
They had video replay. You're talking to the mic, man. That's right.
Yeah, they actually said that the World Eating Food Organization now is considering creating replay now.
Why wouldn't you?
And digitizing this whole thing because their counters miscounted this year.
They took a whole plate away from the guy.
A plate of
Joey Chestnut ate 74. They gave him credit for like 62.
Which was still more than like 10 or 12 more than anyone else. I think Joey Chestnut's a great athlete. 11-time winner. Almost as good as Hibachi Brody on Fortnite.
Close. You know, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, maybe a Stulls Country Store, maybe brisket eating contest or something. It could be hot dog.
On that.
Can we maybe stop using the word athlete?
I'm
all about competition. We'll compete. We'll throw rocks right now and I'll compete with you. I love the idea of eating.
Right.
But to call this guy an athlete, come on. He's
Premier.
Eating.
You have to train to do athletics.
Exactly. The man's trained.
He trains.
It's a physical competition. See, no, I think Joey Chestnut's more of an athlete.
He runs 10 miles a week.
Than a professional fisherman. Now, I like fishing, but I don't think you got to be in great shape. But you got to be in great shape to eat 74 hot dogs.
Yeah, that's the big.
There's some training of the stomach linings. There's something going on.
If you're out there and have not watched this, look up Joey Chestnut. He's about your size. He's a little heavier, but he's not that big. He's 210 or something. You're not close to that, but he's not a 400-pound man. Those kind of guys don't do as well. So you got to be an athlete to do well.
Can we put out a poll real quick, kind of along LJ Go Sox's testimony here? Is Joey Chestnut an elite athlete? You're agreeing he's an elite competitor.
Yes, he's a great competitor.
The man likes to win.
But he is not LeBron James. He is not the elite athletes of our country.
I think in fact, he is right there.
I think he could I think he could eat a lot more hot dogs than LeBron James could. That's all I'm saying.
He would kill LeBron James in a hot dog eating contest.
I would hope he would.
Now, we've got a few answers to the poll question already, by the way. We've got...
how does it stand right now?
At RLELAM, hashtag BBN Rich says Twitter coach manager. A Twitter coach manager. So somebody who runs something on social media, maybe.
So does that mean we have the greatest jobs in sports?
Are we Twitter coaches?
Why not? We run our own site.
There we go. Girls Beer Sports says guy in NASCAR who drops the number sign in front of the car during pit stops. That's hard to beat. Terry Bloomer says that was a good answer, by the way. All right, so our poll is going to be something in the case of Joey Chestnut,
Come here,
athlete.
Hey, here's speaking of star athletes, Logan Greco in the house. Tremendous Bellarmine University cross-country runner. We follow him quite a bit. I think we try to retweet all of his successes.
Yes, I believe we do.
Yeah, so you want to be on the show? He's kind of throwing his hands up.
I will definitely say he's a much more of an athlete than Joey Chestnut.
Now, before we talk to Logan, it's always good when celebrities stop by, My lovely wife, Dina, has the statistics on the Joey Chestnut stuff, so I'm going to let her read the tweet that she found. This will be great. Now, you got to shout into that one. Put your mouth on it and everything.
A Nathan's hot dog has 24 carbs. Joey Chestnut ate 74 hot dogs, eating 1776 carbs and 74 hot dogs on 7-4 is the most American stat in history.
So not
America
only
right there.
exactly, I feel like standing up and singing some
the
sort of
Pledge of
song.
Allegiance or
Exactly. So not only
Take off my hat.
is the man a great athlete, but he ended up eating 1,776 carbs and 74 hot dogs on July the 4th, which celebrates 1776.
It's amazing. I think he did that on purpose, by the way.
Exactly. The man's a great athlete, and he's thematic.
And, by the way, first of all, Nathan's Hot Dogs, can we just agree they are by far the best? They're not sponsoring this show. But
So
if
they could.
the ballpark wants to sponsor us, I may switch my.
I'm up
change
for
my
whatever. Fishers,
Yeah.
whatever.
By the way, poll out right now at KY Sports Guys. Who would win a hot dog eating contest between LeBron and Joey Jaws Chestnut?
That's a great question.
Still not a mark of an athlete.
Hey, if you don't care, because this is an interesting moment, we have, I think, and I'm not just saying this because he's a friend of mine, but I think future Hall of Fame cross-country coach Larry Garner sitting here with us, and I mean that sincerely. You put together a heck of a career, sitting with one of his best runners of all time, and I won't put any pressure on you to say who's better or who's not better, because I don't want to go down that road. But I think it would be interesting right now if Coach Larry Garner was able to maybe just ask a couple of questions to Logan Greco about cross-country, Bellarmine, how things are going, and then maybe you and I can throw a couple of fun things. Do you think, Logan, I know his dad would know this. Are you a Beatles man? I think maybe which
Yes.
Beatle was it?
Which Beatle was it? All right.
But let's first wrap up real quick. We're going to put LJ Go Sox on the spot. 2 questions. Anything you want, ask Logan Greco. Go.
As a scholarship athlete going into college for your freshman year, how do you feel it went?
It went really well overall. There was a lot of expectation going in because I had to maintain everything academically and for athletics, obviously. But overall, it came out great. I was able to have a good academic first year. Everything went well. Did good in all my classes. Athletically, I took off. I got a lot faster. Was able to increase my craft, as you would say, I guess, for running. I dropped on my times. Learned a lot more. Learned about training and stuff. So it definitely went well.
Okay, I said 2 questions, but I'm interrupting. And make sure that just shout right into that microphone. You got to almost put your mouth on it. Yeah.
All right.
So here's my question. We've talked about replay. We've talked about showmanship. We've talked about flops. We have a segment on the show called Are You Trippin', dedicated to Grayson Allen, who trips and flops all over the place. Cross country. Where's the flopping? Where's the showmanship? Where's the fakery? Where's the chicanery? Where's the soap opera? Because every sport has it. In basketball, you can flop, take a charge. In football, you can, as a defensive lineman, pretend that you're being held. In baseball, you can pretend you got hit by a pitch. There's something in every sport. What can you do in cross country to gain a competitive advantage?
Well, believe it or not, actually, I've never really experienced that in high school cross country because it was a little less toned down. But being as a freshman and one of the younger people in college, we were lucky enough to make it to the national championships this year for Bellarmine. One of the first years we qualified in a while, and that first mile was absolutely insane. I saw a fight break out. And
really?
There was
at a cross country event.
A cross country race.
Fists flying.
Fists were
With
flying.
clean racers?
Closed, like straight up. There
like
was
hockey fight.
right in front of you. We were running.
Drop your cleats.
And some guy spiked a guy in the back.
Probably
accidentally, just because there was like 100 of us within.
Or on purpose would be better. Yeah, whatever.
Or on purpose,
sure.
yeah. And then they just started pushing and shoving. People went into the fans.
Nice.
Back, fists were flown, and like if you're going after a team, I've seen whole teams like in college go after people like that, like surround like other teams and just
like circle them up.
Yeah, and like corral them and like block them off. Kind of like what St. X did to us in high school and region. St. X's team hawked our whole team one year.
Now I feel bad. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.